time, no responsibility of mine. The power and internet was kicked out, actually, unfortunately. As this one is high, there was a man back there, but it is going to carry over there as a big 6 over long on. Elliot Law was lining that one up quite comfortably till he realised it was just over his head. So, yep, thanks for joining us back in for the 2019-2020 Spark One Day Final here at Galloway Park. Bevan Jenkinson alongside me, Mike Pullman. And Mike, you know, there was Star went bang bang with Sajith over a few overs ago now. But Old Boys, the new batsman Josh Brown and Matt Watley have come out with some intent.
It's definitely trying to counter punch, best way to respond.
And Brooke Hatwell, I think, might be the next man in. And he certainly has his game face on. Although I wouldn't like to play poker against him. He does tend to be a straight-faced person and quite a nice guy to talk to. But you know, he doesn't give a lot away in facial expressions. As Satner bowls, and they'll just take a single down to long on. End of 33rd over. Phil Rice, what's the score?
143.
143.
Yeah.
For 3.
33.
After 33.
Sorry?
And
Yeah.
11 coming off that over. That's what I was turning around thinking I could just do it from there.
Yeah, so I just nice shot there.
Distractions going on all over the
Yeah,
place.
distractions all over the place, guys. Sorry about that. I have to say though, the network hasn't held up too badly, considering, you know, all things considered.
He says Sajith into the bowling attack, and it's going to be a shot at the stumps, but
A bit wayward.
very wayward. And thankfully for Star, that Josh Brown was backing up too far. As this is a full toss, gets its treatment, does it? It does. That'll be 4 runs. Well, that required run rate is really starting to come down now.
Yes.
Alright, well,
Alright, you gonna survive?
Mike Pullman, thanks very much for joining me, mate, and I hope that I will see you again
You sure will, man.
in commentary, mate.
Yep.
It's been great fun.
It has been. Thank you for having me. And, what do you think the bit of a high ball there?
You're just going to bounce short of that fielder.
Who do you think's got the nose in front right now?
I think it's still money on Star,
Yep.
but Old Boys are certainly showing that they want to keep in the game here.
Yep. Alright, man. Just I'll be in touch, eh?
Sweet. Cheers.
Good luck.
So, Bevan Jenkinson is my name. I'll take you through the rest of this match. My thanks to Mike Pullman for coming in and providing comments. As this is pulled round to leg side, it is 1 bounce 4. Well, he just shuffled across to the leg side and just tapped it round over fine leg. That was a great shot. What's the score there, Phil?
156.
156.
156 off 34.
So very profitable over that one. Once more, 13 coming off it. And Old Boys certainly stepping back up into the game. So 16 overs left in this match. 119 is required, so 119 off 96 balls. And Satner, what's his figures there, Phil?
28 off 5.
So gone for 28 off his 5 overs. And this one's just cut away behind backward point. And there's coming back for 2. There's a chance for a run out, but not given. Great running there between the wickets. Is it Matt or Josh on strike?
It's Josh.
Much easier when Matt had the here. So great running there from Josh Brown.
Josh has got the darker
Phil Rice with his great comments there of telling me that Josh Brown's got the darker helmet, but they look about the same colour, same shade to me from this far away. Just Brown just having to readjust himself and put a talk out from mid-wicket boundary, long on, long off, and cover the men out on it, and Elliot Satner does it quite well. Arnie Ujaraja just warming up in front of me, so he'll be coming back into the bowling crease to see the match out for its start, possibly, and they'll take a single to backward point. So thanks for tuning back in after the issues we have had in the second innings. Some of it my own doing, and the last one certainly not. So do thank you for tuning in. And what has actually been a very good game, Satner. Now it's a bit short and just pulled down to long on. I'll pick up a single. The ball managing to find the fielder often enough at the moment, but Old Boys doing well enough to just stay in front in the last couple of overs. Still got a long way to go though. Setting the bowls full, gets down on one knee, down to long on once more. And another single, direct hit, but Matt Whitley well on to his crease.
off 35.
And that'll be drinks. 161 for 3 after 35.
Searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Kiss your head when you cried for me. Oh, like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home is just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Oh you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh, you meant the world to me.
So we're back after drinks. The equation for Hamilton Old Boys is 114 off 90 balls. Welcome back to the 2019-2020 Hamilton Counties Manukau and Waikato Valley Cricket Association's Spark one-day final between Star University. They won the toss, selected to bat early this morning, making 274. Aniu Jaraja making a solid 92, helped along the way by a couple of other batsmen from Star. Cooperell picking up a few wickets and going for 25 off his 10. And Star, Old Boys started off reasonably well. They lost a wicket early on and consolidated by Kairav Butt and Jake Harvey, both dismissed in consecutive balls in their 40s. But Josh Brown and Matt Whitley at the crease now have been doing the work for them and just trying to make sure that Old Boys keep in the game here. So Aniu Jaraja coming in from the northern end. His bowling figures there, Phil?
18 off 6.
18 off 6 overs. So very economical. And does tend to bowl a bit in the death overs too. One of those spinners that tends to enjoy doing so. And another dot just back to the bowler. So backward square, cow corner, long on and long off on the boundary. No one on the boundary on the offside. Hence why Ujaraja is bowling right arm round. As there is a appeal for LBW, he's been given. Aniu Jaraja is ecstatic about it. And the complete opposite there for... Is it Matt or is it Josh? Complete opposite for Josh Brown. Really happy. You don't see too many LBWs given for right arm round the wicket. But Brendan's the man who's in the best position to see it. And he's given it out. Brooke Hatwell, man, that's out there out to the middle pretty quickly. And that just turns the screws just a little bit more towards Star. Be interesting to see how Brooke Hatwell, and not exactly known for his big hitting, how he approaches this as Old Boys captain. But two very experienced campaigners out there currently. with Matt Whitley and Brooke Hatwell in the middle. Was that Arnie's first wicket or was he got?
Yeah,
I thought he had one. I'm just going from my own memory. So oh, and the other one was pace, wasn't it? It's an interesting statistic there that one out of the 4 wickets that have fallen, 1 to pace, there's three that have gone to the slow bowlers. This one just to cover for a dot ball.
Excuse me, champ. Scoreboard's pretty hard to see from over there. What's the maths? How many off how many?
That's going to be easy.
So 113 off 14 overs.
Yeah, so yeah, off ball 84. And they'll just take a single down to long off. And the Star Uni supporters, it's come round to just check out the scoreboard because eyesight's not that far, and I don't blame them. End of the over there, Phil. What's the score?
162 off 36.
So great over there from Ani Ujaraja, only one coming off it with the wicket.
162 off 36.
162 for 4 after 36 overs. The equation just gets that bit harder. Sorry? So Ben Morris-Brown changing ends, coming from the southern end. Opened up earlier on with 5 overs from the northern end. The Clyde run rate now over 8. Here's this one from... This is Brock, isn't it? Brock facing just into his own toes for no run. I can see the different shade of helmet this time. Got a funny feeling Brooke Hatwell might be batting out there with a Hamilton cricket badge on his helmet. He certainly deserves to do that though. So cover, fine leg, third man and mid wicket out on the boundary as Brooke goes hard down the ground and just finds cover though. Let us know any questions, thoughts, comments, please do. Commentating by myself at the moment. Love to know how you feel. Star University supporters, have you started to crack open the champagne? What about you, Old Blues supporters? Are you confident enough that it is still possible, living the dream? And this time Brooke Hatwell is certainly playing with some venom in his shots at the moment. But unfortunately for him, all he's doing is finding fielders currently. And this one's cut down to point for a single. So 2 off this over so far. Now Whitley on strike and gets a foolish one. Just travels through the keeper. Tries to get Jam his back on it, down on it, and missed out unfortunately. Well, Phil Rice, I know you love following your rugby and a bit of sevens as well. As Morris Brown, he gets one that goes over the stumps, and the pull from Matt Whitley doesn't come off, and it is the end of the over, and 163 is it? The men's sevens final
163 off 37.
to be played in town tonight will be between the All Black Sevens and France. France managed to beat the Poms, beat the English in their semi-final by the look of things. I think the T20 tonight might just be put on pause so I can watch the sevens finals. Because without having looked at the results, I'm assuming both men's and women's New Zealand sevens teams more than likely have made the final, which would be great. A bit of a shame though, it has been said that the tournament will be taken away from Hamilton next year to somewhere else in the country before returning. Ujaraja now with a leg side wide. Yes, before it returns in the 2022 year. As Hatwell goes down to wide long on, good throw in from Sajith, but they get through quite comfortable for 2 runs. Yes, the New Zealand women's team will be playing Canada in the final. As this one's just to cover, no run. Boys, supporters behind me seem to still be keeping the faith though about their team's chances of winning this match. And this one's just flicked past Ujaraja, and they pick up a comfortable single, although some fancy fielding down the deep there doesn't cost them some runs, fortunately for that star. Is what they just dead plays it. And a full toss though this time. They'll go out to mid wicket. They'll look for 2, but definitely only one there. 10 the over.
168 off 38.
And so 5 runs coming off that over, 168 for 4, 12 overs to go, 107 required off 72 deliveries. Morris Brown, I tell you what, that wasn't far away from being castled. Matt Whitley, very lucky to be staying there at the moment. Brown, I tell you what, that wasn't far. Good to have you wherever you have been tuning in around the world to the live stream of the 2019-2020. This is just a dot ball. James Field coming across to stop that one, costing a run. The 2019-2020 Hamilton Waikato Valley Counties Manukau Cricket Association's Spark one day final. thanks for your patience through the technology issues that we've had earlier on today. Morris Brown again to Whitley down to third man for a single. It's a bit of enthusiasm in the running going on at the moment. As this one's down to mid-on and a bit of a misfield, but no run, it's coming, they say. To 107 off, it's a little bit less than that, off 66 at the end of that.
107.
Yeah, with the chasing 275.
107 off 66 balls. 107.
Or 100 off 66, shall we say, because single down to fine leg and a single ball left in the 39th. What was the score there?
1-7.
So 2 off this over. The call before was it's coming, and that was definitely from Star's view, thinking that the wicket's going to come, but Old Boys will say the boundary's coming. So this one's down to mid wicket for a single to end the over. 39 gone, 11 left, 171 for 4.
171. 39.
The wind's certainly picking up around the place at the moment. Blowing through, and Star will be happy about this because yesterday in the 2-day competition, on the second day, they just managed to bat out to deny Old Boys an outright win, even though Old Boys took first innings in that match. Sounds like that one was quite a decent game. The run rate required is just under 9.5. So I'm feeling that a big over is required here from Old Boys to see them going into the last 10. You don't want to be chasing 100 in this on this wicket, and just a little bit of less pace from Ujaraja. And Star very happy just to give the singles away. It's got wide long on and long off. Mid wicket, deep square leg on the boundary, and it's an edge. Will this go? I don't think it's going to. It's going to pull up, and they'll pick up 2. Well, just about from ball 1 today. It's been the other green has gone to Star Uni. And this one's just down to long off. Can they come back for 2? They're coming back and they will make it comfortably. Is it 2 balls now?
Sorry?
2 balls?
No, it's got 1, 2, 3.
So 5 coming, 6 now off the 4 balls in the over. Boundary here would definitely be in queue for on cue for Old Boys. Start the over. There's 9 required, 9.5 required, an over as it comes down the wicket, and fielder just can't get down to it. So Whitley adds another run. 20 off 24 at the moment. 1 ball to come in the 40th over. What Ken Hat will do with Arnie Ujaraja's delivery, he will just swat it. Down to long off and end the over.
179 off 40.
It's quite a decent over, that one. 8 off it, 179 for 4 off 40. So 96 required off the last 10. It is something of a minor victory for Old Boys that they're not chasing 100. So also 6 wickets in hand doesn't help too much. Lose 1 or 2 and then you're into a tail. But you know, Old Boys batsmen can still bat quite deep. Single down to mid wicket to start the last 10 overs. Square leg, mid wicket, long off, cover, and fine leg on the boundary. And this one's just tucked down to fine leg for a single.
90, 94.
What's the equation here now?
You're about 10 and over.
Or how many?
Off 10.
And a single to cover. How many overs has been good after this?
This is the 7th.
So Morris Brown still got 3 overs up his sleeve after a couple of balls. His, the right shaped ball comes in. Tom Shuker with a good right-footed kick. Does quite well there. As Ben Morris Brown's decided not to do anything with that delivery. Sort of lost his footing just as he jumped with that one. I'm just having a look at my screen there. It doesn't really seem to really say. So Morris Brown again onto the pitch, and but they just can't do much with it. He's tried that cross-batted shot a few times. That's only resulted in just going through the keeper. As these runs into the pads, and a single to backward square ends the over. Full. No one to come. As Whitley gets something on this, he's stumbled over though. There's a throw at the stumps. He was miles out of his crease, but the throw to the left of the end of the stumps, and they get through
184 or 41.
for a single. 184. So 91 required of 54. Having to do my own maths there. And that run rate is now 10.11 is the required run rate. He's last, or has he got 2? So Hugh Jaraja 1 for 32 off 9. I have to say that my guess to Phil Rice about it being his last was a complete and utter wild guess. But I'm glad I was right. Here's the first balls down to long off. And a single taken. And well over his head, but well backed up there by Elliot Satner. Next one is full again, and well, I'm going to put that one down as a chance because I feel it did carry, and that's the fourth drop catches in the final, and Star still well on top here, as this one's quicker and just guided down by Whitley. They're going to come back for two. Shook with a good return. Two that is very much needed. 3 off? Or was it 2? 3 off. 3 balls is this over. And the sweep comes out, but gone forward of square, which was quite an interesting option. I'm not sure whether that's where Matt wanted that one to go. 2 balls left, and Whitley comes down, and Hatwell picks up 2. Looked full. I looked at a milk because of the helmet. But Mouse decided to go somewhere else. It's okay. As this one's up over point, that will race away for 4 runs to Brooke Hatwell, and that'll feel good to finish the over that way.
194.
10 off it, staying just a little bit under the required run rate there. 81 required now off 48. 81 off 48. Apologies for that, just having to let the old boys runner know that what the equation is as he is running through. Well, old boys at some point, if they can pull off an over of 20, they'll put them right back into the game here. Here's Morris Brown, just bowls one to Whitley, he just dabs on it for a single to third man. Star doing very well just to keep themselves focused here, making sure that they see this out and they ends up in their own favour. The next one is a bit of a wild slog. There's a peel for caught behind, but as usual, always a good sign of whether a chance of it being given out is whether the bowler appeals, and he didn't that time. Good afternoon to Sid Bart here, who I see has just tuned in. Thank you for your help too, Sid, with your advice with the live stream equipment, which helps. As Hatwell gets one off stump, and it is 4 runs. What a shot! That is a great shot. Not the most orthodox one, but 4 runs, no, not the least. 3 balls, and this one is stopped very well, and there's a quick single being taken. Well, it was cool of it, just hoping to go through. No chance of getting it through Liam Watkin there. And that was Old Boys 200. Say that and then I need to look at this tablet just to double check. And this one's just delicately played, and they pick up a single. One to come. Everyone going back just to protect they don't want to be conceding a boundary here. Well, that's definitely where we'll be looking. Tom Shooker makes it halfway up the hill. Love your football styles earlier too, Tom. Last ball of the 43rd. And that's exactly where Brooke Hatwell goes. It trickles down to Tom Shooker for a single. And end of 43 overs, it is 201 or 2.
Just waiting for the bowler, mate. It stays in the bowler. This is who's coming on now.
Is that Tom?
It's Shooker, is it?
I think that's because he certainly took, yeah.
Shooker's up.
Yeah. And so he certainly took off after he threw the ball on.
202. 202 off 43.
So 202 for 4.
Right. 202
7
off
overs
43.
to go. 73 required now off 42 deliveries.
Yep.
What's Tom's figures there?
Tom's got 29 off 6.
So Shooker's bowled 6 overs for 29. Who took the bowl? Who took the first one? Was it Ben or Tom?
I think it was Ben, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's Ben's wicket. Ben was bowling for him, Thomas was doing this one.
I couldn't remember which end it happened at.
So changed it.
So opening bowlers have changed ends. Shooker started at the southern end, which Ben Morris Brown's been bowling at currently. And down to Sajith for a single from Brooke Hatwell. What's Brooke on?
29 off 27.
So 29 off 27 is Hatwell. Doing his job almost for his team, but just not being able to find gaps often enough. Bit hard when you go out there to bat, and required run rate is 10 and over, and this is a scoop and 4 runs. Well, that's the first scoop of the live stream. It's been promised by a couple of people, but that is the first one and has resulted in 4. You haven't got a towel or something, maybe? Someone clean? No, that's right, should be okay. So what's Shooker going to respond here? He'd be very pleased with himself playing that. And just jams down on it. It's the third man for a single. This one's reached, has found the gap. There'll be enough on that to go through the boundary, and there's 4 more. This is becoming a very productive over for Old Boys at 10 off it so far. 3 or 4 delivers?
1, 4, 1.
2 balls to come. What can Hatwell do with this one? It's full again from Shooker, and it's through the gap again, through cover. And it was the same result. 4 more. And a few of the Old Boys players directly behind me enjoying watching this. One to come. What can Shooker do? He's been scooped. He's been driven through the covers twice. And Hatwell goes cow corner. Pick up 2. And that is a big over from Old Boys. 16 from it. They are 218 for 4.
218.
After 44. So 57 required from 36 deliveries. And the required run rate's almost come down by 1 run and over. It's gone from 10.4 to 9.5.
Elliot coming back on, is he?
It is Elliot Satner coming back from the southern end. That's the reason why Shooker's had to run from the bowling crease at the southern end down to the long off boundary to get the helmet and bring it back to where he started from. Bit of a rough deal doing that, but Shooker's got the fitness. I was going to say not required to go all the way back, but he is now. That over from Tom Shooker does just make things a little bit more interesting, more competitive. Great to see viewing numbers have started to climb up even more. This game is the most watched game on the Hamilton Cricket live stream, which is great to see. I hope to bring you either the Senior A's or Senior B's final from Danson Park next Saturday. Monday final. It's the first ball from Satner, and he's gone to about 6th stump and managed to get down to fine leg for a single. There's both those finals being played at Jensen Park next Saturday. Stay tuned on the Hamilton Cricket Facebook page for details of which game will be live streamed. As this one's pulled round to mid-wicket. They're going to look for 2, they will. This time of the stage of the game, you just need to be hunting those runs. Of course, as I have alluded to earlier on, first Hawke Cup defence for Hamilton starts this Friday, goes through to Sunday here at Galloway Park. And Hatwell's gone high. Satner calls for it himself, and he's juggled it. And it is drop catch number 5. He has gone a long way outside the 30 yard circle to take that. Got a hand to it, did a great effort of it, and but it's gone down. 1-2-1. This one is It's taken it, fine leg. Well, Whitley using some innovation and a great takedown there by Arnie Ujaraja. Sees the fine innings of Matt Whitley come to an end. I love it when I'm going to tell you who it is. Sorry? No, that's right. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So they tell them to get down there.
Well done, Matt. So this over's gone 1-2-1.
Yeah, 1-2-1.
So four runs and a wicket coming off the 4 balls of this over so far. Satner, the captain, bringing himself back in. Greg Holt, are you a current or former commentator, Greg, after your stint earlier on last season?
Definitely not current.
Definitely not current. Well, you're not eating your lunch this time, so how can you be current? You're not sticking to your routines there, mate.
So you're going to ask if I was a current or former player, even?
No. I was saying after Matt Whitley scooped Tom in the last over that there's been a couple of players who have promised a scoop from me in the past but not pulled it off. Actually, sorry, on the live stream.
On the
live stream, it hasn't happened. So, is it Kendall?
Yeah, Kendall.
So Kendall Nolan on strike, the new batsman. And is caught behind. Satner is very animated about it. They all are. Not out as the decision. Very surprised. I had to double check, Greg, whether you're still there because you're a small. I think you slightly favour Star, don't you?
Oh, out for sure, mate. Out for sure. Huge. He middled that.
I thought you were going to jump through the gazebo there, appealing for that one yourself.
Well under control, mate. Well under control.
And last ball is Satner's one. There's another appeal for Gilbert, but he's not going to get it. It is end of 45, 5 to go. It is 2:23, 2:22 for 5.
2:22.
53 required off the last 5 overs.
Seen your own LMS lately, Bev?
No, I was just going to ask you whether you what you're doing actually, because you seem to be playing more than you're umpiring, Greg.
Yeah, couple of games.
Not doing too bad, are you?
Did you see how we went last week?
Yes, you just managed to squeak in a win, didn't you?
Took him down, Took him
Against
down.
Sons of Pinches.
Took down the undefeated.
Yeah, I think that's Adam. Is that Adam?
Yeah, Evan Winterball.
Yeah.
Is that Adam?
Yeah, we beat the South.
Adam?
We beat the South.
Winter, bowler.
Yeah, no, so you guys did actually quite well to beat 28 games. Muffin Stuffers were undefeated in LMS. Hamilton?
That's a like him, mate.
I was playing, I was back playing C grade cricket yesterday, Greg.
How'd you
And
go?
had Nick Mannering in my side.
That would have been handy.
Oh, he only took 7 for 20.
Not
So
surprised at all. I was talking to him. I said you would walk into NEA's team if not higher. Right?
Shows too the
He's
pool
a
of C grade. It's
serious bowler.
Yeah.
Right?
very decent.
Yeah, just had him.
And this is down to fine leg for a single.
I'll get him to start next season, mate. Don't you worry. Stop it. Because there's 2 Kaipeki C teams, 3, 5.
There's 3 Kaipeki C's teams. I was playing for Gold yesterday, and they just take the win against one of the Melville sides.
I can open with the English dude in the B's team. He's quite abusive, so he's quite a good on the
I think the problem too, Greg, with Nick's bowling is Winter's second ball. It is clean bowled fuller on the stumps, and he is happy about that. So he should be. He talked about it earlier that those low full tosses can be deadly. Is that proper? Is it?
No, but it's good.
And now we've seen the end of Kendall.
Adam actually got 138 kilometres week.
Yeah, so.
We'll leave you alone, mate.
Oh no, I haven't finished with straw yet.
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
Who's got that?
I'll behave myself.
So Satbeer sings a new batsman. Yeah, so the problem was with Nick Mannering's 7-4 yesterday is that when he got his 7th wicket, it was followed up by a very terrible, I think it was about 10 or 11 ball over bowled previously to his last.
Yeah.
I won't name names, Greg, but you know who that bowler was. It was pretty hot yesterday out in that sun.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I'm not commentating.
Take that shirt off,
It's
you
all
might
about
think better.
It's all about bowling partnerships, isn't it, Bevan?
I think it was Saturday.
Someone's had a big night.
As this is just played down, first ball sat there. It's just been pointed out to me, yes, it is 26th of January, which means it is Australia Day.
I'm going to count the overs so I know where I chime in.
What's that? Connor.
Don't ask him if he's better or bowler.
I'll field it.
As this one's just fielded down at cover for a single, and certainly things have swung back Star's way. And let's see what Ian Watkins got. One ball come, I'm assuming. Two to come in his first over back into his spell.
That's Adam.
It's Adam Winter, as it's been well pointed out to me. Thanks, Connor. Man of fountain of knowledge, by the sound of things. Even if you are wearing a Cricket Australia.
Knowledge in many things, mate.
They look pretty similar, Bevan, but there's a really easy way of telling the difference between them. So
It's all in rig size.
Adam's out there bowling and Liam's sitting down in the shade. So,
Oh well, actually, I prefer Greg's version of story. Thanks for that, Greg.
subtle differences there.
Subtle differences, yeah, definitely. And it is out, taken. And Adam Winter has taken his second wicket.
I don't know what it's like.
It looks like Elliot
Oh, Elliot's second.
Oh, that's true. Elliot Satner, the man of cover.
in the flop.
You know, as soon as I looked at it, I went, no, that's Elliot.
It's Cooper coming in now.
So, Cooper Rowell,
Straight out of Hamilton indoor.
yeah, well, indoor cricket's quite an interesting version. I know a few players that play LMS that have success of it too. So there Singh's short innings comes to an end. I can't do Mike Pullman, who was in commentary with me earlier about his nickname here for Cooper Rowell. Oh, Big Bad Blonde is what his nickname was for Cooper.
He's the nicest guy in the world, man.
He is.
I know what you're talking about.
He is. I did tell Mike that too, but the way he bowled today, 25 off 10 with 3 wickets.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good when your team's gone conceded 275. Ben Morris Brown back into the attack. Interesting, Elliot only giving himself an over.
That's a good finish. Would be the way to do it.
What's the score there, Phil?
225. 225, got 46.
5 after 46.
And you're 7 down.
As this one's to a wide third man, 4 runs. Good start to the over. And the required run rate, 12.25 at the moment. 4 off the first ball certainly helps Old Boys' efforts.
Brooks on 48, boys. You didn't know.
Next one from Morris Brown, back of a length and just down to long on. Scamper through for another single. And I have to say we've reached a milestone in the live stream. We have 50 viewers currently. We've brought up the half century. Great to see. So great. And big swing through. There's a appeal for caught behind, but again, Ben Morris Brown's definitely not interested in appealing. There's a couple out there that appealed. What's that? Huh?
Brooks on 49, okay?
So Brooke Hatwell on 49. We saw Chris Fawcett get dismissed on 49. Can Brooke Hatwell bring up his 50? Go back to back in finals. He brought up a great 50 in the T20 final. And this is wide outside off stump, left alone and signalled wide as well. What's the score?
2-3-2.
Two to come?
Yeah.
What's the man 7 off the side?
The
Yeah.
boundary.
No, I didn't.
Two
I
singles
forgot
and
about.
that
Yeah, I
line.
forgot about this boundary. So 2 to come, 7 off it so far. Hatwell flicks it across to the mid wicket, and that's Brooks 50.
This is 50, boys.
Has a just a show of his hand to acknowledge the claps for his 50. He knows the job's not done at the moment. It's long from done from an Old Boys point of view at the moment. Morris Brown, last ball of his is full onto the stumps, and they'll just scamper through for a single from Keeper L. 3 to go, 2:34 for 7.
234 of 47.
41 required off 3 overs. It's a long task, but seen funnier things happen in a game of cricket.
Pretty over there, 41.
Do you know if there's any board members around?
Nothing is on the board.
Who's the guy in the blue and white stripes over here
Blue and white.
with the beard?
Oh, he's a star.
He's not anyone.
No, he's a star. Former player.
It's a single, first ball of the over to mid wicket. No real urgency being shown when not needed from start. What's Winter's figures?
Winter, he's got 2 for 21.
Off.
5.1.
So Winter about to bowl his 6th over, second ball of his 6th over, 2 for 21. And this one, looking to scoop, but he's just played that back into himself, and they scamper through for a single. It was Cooper Rell on strike. Deep square leg, long on, long off, third man and cover on the boundary. As Cooper Rell goes down long to long on, and they're going to come back for two. And Brooke Atwell showing that age is only a number. Scampering through for a very good two there. For off the first three deliveries. As this one is just left outside off stump, and Cooper Rell thought it deserved to be called wide, but no movement at all from Brendan. Once again, hats off to both Brendan and Greg for what a marvellous job they've done today in the heat. And also thanks to Phil Rice for doing the score, keeping me up to date with it. As there's another big swag from Rowley, can't connect. So one ball to come, and he needs to go big here. Interesting. Just coming down to give him some advice. And even in just going back to that last ball that was bowled, even if he just gets a top edge, it'll fly down to the boundary for 4. Just needs to get bet on it. As he does get it on this one, but with an inside edge and a single taken to backward square. 239.
239. 48.
48 gone, 2 overs to go. It's 36 required of 12 balls. And that required run rate is now 18. 36 off 12. 18.
Pass maths, mate. Point me
I
out.
seem to be the only one that did.
I'm funny in there.
Not that I'm that spectacular. So, are you Australian?
Nah, I'm a Kiwi.
I just wondered because of the get up.
It's a reason to sink piss and drink like it. Just like
And what else would you drink?
yeah. They don't sell Forex over here. So.
Ben Morris Brown from the southern end to bowl to Cooper Rell. And just plays it into his pads and gets a single. Morris Brown not interested at all throwing. Quite happily take a single.
No, that's James Field. Unit.
Thought Liam Watkins would be better. Now Hatwell, a man who's been in fine scoring form, backs the play to the leg side, and it's dot ball. So now it's 36 of 10. James Field testing out my math skills there, right in front of us.
35.
James, 35 off 10. As this one is a no ball. So that helps things a little bit.
3.4 a ball. Times that by 6 to figure out what it is. What's up, mate? How are you? You right, mate?
Not that skill. So it's a free hit for Hatwell, and he's He just delicately scooped it. It's gone all the way to the boundary. 4 runs. 30 off 9 now. Connor Dean with the what a shot, by the way, and how you described that. What sort of a shot you could call it?
Plain and simple, mate.
Plain and simple. Well, 4 runs is what helps. As Brooke comes down the wicket, and Cairo back behind us did very well with the bat himself, calling it for it to be wide, but not called so. So 30 now off 8 balls. Here's another one just over. And another 4. Just keeping themselves in the game here.
What's the equation?
26 off 7 is now required.
Good luck.
The 6 here, mate, I tell you.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Yeah, it's a close game, man.
He's got to build it up to the end and keep the viewers in.
Let's go, Bino!
Ben Morris Brown, last ball.
51, 1 to 51.
1 for 51, last ball of his spell. And it's going to beat everything. And it is. He's hit it. 4 runs.
I did pass out. You rub your balls on the side.
22 required as we go into the last one over.
Look, I've said I'll behave myself. Apparently I'm supervised tonight, but apparently there's good supervision, but after what you did to me last time when I passed out,
Hey, you passed out at 10 o'clock in the park.
I'm being told off.
My microphone will be able to hear this conversation. So.
I was going to hear them on the...
No, that's not Tom.
That's still winter, isn't it?
Just in case, yeah. So Adam Winter to bowl the last over. Old boys require 22 off it.
Good luck.
Cricket is a funny game, seeing 10 being hit off one legitimate ball. That was a few years ago. Andre Adams managed to do that. Who was the bowler, Phil?
Graham Aldridge.
Graham Aldridge was the bowler at Seddon Park.
Must have been a pie.
Here's this one from Cooper Wells, just a single. 21 off 5 now. I was thinking it would either have been Aldridge or Jovic. Back for the time era that it was in. Here's the second ball. He's just tried his little dainty scoop again. Is the man quite fine at third man? Just pick up a single. 20 off 4 now. Well, there's no real big large celebrations happening from the Star supporters just yet. And it's bowled him, is it? It's charged, but it's clean bowled him, top of off, and Liam Watkins has gone down as well.
That's not Liam, that's
Adam Winter, I think.
third time lucky, eh?
I'll try and get third time lucky there, come on up. Yep.
Liam's the fat one.
Rigor mortis.
So I apologise to both Adam and Liam for mixing them up once again.
Never apologise to Adam.
Who's the batsman? So James Gifford out to bat, 20 off 3. And as long as these are legitimate balls, it will be Stars to win back to back. 2016-17 saw Cambridge win. 2017-18 saw Cambridge win again. 2018-19 Star University beat Old Boys in that final, and it looks as though they'll do it again here in the 2019-2020 final. As ball from James Gifford just casually hit out to mid wicket. For a single. Two balls to go in the game, and this is out wide and really misjudged. I think the sun's got in his eyes there. It's carried over the boundary for 4. So 15 required off the last ball, and all it needs to be is one legitimate ball, and that'll be the game. Cup just to the left of me here, the 2019-2020 Hamilton Waikato Valley last ball now from Adam Winter, and it's just fiddled at by Brooke Hatwell. That is the end, and Star University have won the 2019-2020 Hamilton Waikato Valley Counties Manukau Spark one-day final. Congratulations to them. They have beaten Hamilton Old Boys by 14 runs, so commiserations to them. My name is Bevan Jenkinson on behalf of Mike Pullman, who was beside me earlier on today providing comments. Thank you very much for tuning in to the live stream today, and for your patience as well through the technical difficulties. So Star have taken out the win today and go back to back in the Spark One Day Cup.
Cheers, Pops. Cheers, Bev.
Only 40.